folks. David Molnar here. Welcome to episode 5 of the Your Photography Mentor. I'm like, it's a tongue twister. Podcast.
What's the name of this?
Your Photography Mentor podcast. Rich Coleman, how you doing today, sir?
Splendid. Hello.
Hey, Rich. I don't know if anyone's going to get my jokes. Like all of my jokes are, quarantined, so they're all inside jokes today.
No, that might be the best one.
Oh man. Well, it's Tuesday, March 24th. Spring has sprung. We've been looking forward to this time all year. At least I feel like I have. And it's crazy times.
I don't know what's worse, the pollen or the corona.
Well, I was gonna say, every now and then on a cold or on a hot day, a Corona is pretty good.
With lime.
With lime, yeah.
Not the disease, the actual lime.
Right. This is true. So,
too soon. Well, we can start off by what's happened the last 2 weeks. We missed last week, and I feel like a lot's happened.
I know a lot has happened. I had last week scheduled to just take a few days off because I had some friends visiting in from Nashville, and then it just ended up being like just such a crazy week that I don't know if it was good or bad that I took off, but I was taking off. But for you, what's the last couple of weeks looked like?
Well, the funny thing is, you took off and then the world decided to end. So it was like the world was ending and David was gone. So I was like, sweet. It was kind of like the first 10 minutes of any apocalypse movie is kind of what it felt like, where I was like, still, all right, team, let's go. But in all seriousness, I mean, it's just been a crazy kind of surreal might be a good word.
Yeah.
Because all of my wedding clients and the wedding industry, it's up in the air. Everybody's like half of everybody's panicked, the other half is concerned, and it's just been a really kind of interesting, awkward, weird 2 weeks since our last podcast.
It really has.
It's like we left off on Little Dick and now we're deep in the Corona. It's just what's going on?
For those of you guys who don't remember, what's the context of Little Dick?
Just look down. No, that is my nickname. My nickname is Rich Little Dick Coleman. My dad, cheers to Big Dick. I'm just trying to lighten the mood, but look at this coffee cup. I mean, I would say within your absence, I've been rocking the correct employee of the year from the office cup.
Yeah.
I mean, no pressure. We don't do employee of the month, but maybe we should. And if we were going to do employee of the month, it would be somebody in customer service or Crystal, because I just feel like I abuse the mess out of Crystal and I love her.
And I'm sure she's listening here. So, Nancy said, thanks for continuing to host these for us, makes being home easier. So yeah, it's pretty crazy with the quarantines going around. Some are statewide and some are just kind of recommended. I know that it's been super crazy down here. I actually appreciate the fact that they're doing a lot of the quarantine stuff because so I live on the beach, or not on the beach, but a mile from the beach in the Panhandle of Florida, and 2 weeks ago, well, I guess really last week, it was just crazy spring break. I saw some satire that said spring breakers spell out the word YOLO with dead bodies on the beach. And I was like, oh my God. But that's the way it was. I've never seen so many 12 to 16-year-olds in my life. It was insane. And they're all just going nuts and crazy. And, they're coming from wherever they're coming from to come here to Florida. And the locals were kind of freaking out because they're like, they're like, don't bring it here. They're all bringing it here, and they may not be showing signs of infection and all that stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy.
I feel like anytime you tell a 20-year-old not to do something, they're going to be like, watch
my
me.
beer.
I mean, especially an American 20-year-old, you tell an American not to do something, we're already like, I'm from America. And then you tell a 20-year-old, there's no hope. Right. It's kind of like me and my defiant youth. I'm just going to do whatever you tell me not to do.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. That's crazy, man.
Good reference.
That's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, you got to always bring it back to Star Wars. You know what I mean? We got to use the Force in these troubled times.
It's so hard not to touch my face right now. I don't know if like anybody.
I'm just sitting here doing this.
Times.
Sorry, like I know I'm like I just Anyways, I've been social distance from everyone except for my kids. Yeah, just rub it all over my face. But I keep on kissing my daughters. They're like just freaking like. My 1-year-old, I'm just like all over her cheeks and everything like that. So hopefully.
See, I remember when I had my daughter. I had my daughter first. My daughter's the oldest. She's 7, mm-hmm. And you had boys first. And you were like, yeah, I love my kids. And I was like, bro, wait till you have a daughter. Mm. And it's like one of those things you can't explain until it happens to you. I almost like, not to be sacrilegious, I almost like compare it to faith. Like, when you don't have faith, you don't get it till you have it. And kind of like being a parent's the same way. Like people are going to give you advice and all this stuff. But man, when you have a daughter as a dad, like it's just like immediately, okay, I'm wrapped around your finger. Like, let me buy you a car. You're 6, but what can I buy for you? Like,
oh yeah,
it drives my wife nuts, man.
Oh, it's the whole like, yeah, my daughter Rosie, I mean, she knows how to manipulate. She's just a force of nature. And she's just like, Daddy, can I have a snack? And Mom will just have told her like no fruit snacks or something like that in the other room, and I'm like, sure, baby, whatever you want, But then she can. And then
really you get in trouble for not reading minds. Yeah, that's the worst part with wives is like when I get in trouble for not knowing the future or like something I wasn't there for. Right. Do you get into that? Oh, yeah. That's the worst.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Lauren, I love you. You're always right. I do whatever you say, babe.
The best is when you're in trouble and it's like because she had a dream last night or something. You're like, I didn't even do anything I wasn't, Oh gosh. So yeah, crazy times. You know what I saw recently? I saw, and I don't have any names, but I thought this was really interesting. Maybe we could do something like this in our community. I saw some photographers doing some social distancing photo projects, and I thought that was a really interesting idea. I think you maybe said some of the like Whitney Norco or some of the photographers in the Outer Banks were doing that, but I saw some pictures where it was like some photographers were staying far away from a family but photographing them, let's say on their porch or something, and doing like a family portrait for them. And I don't know if that was a money making thing, if they're still shooting family portraits that way, or if they're just doing it as a charity thing. I'm sure there's options all across the board. But I feel like so we had it planned to start kind of a series on kind of the photography's secret powers, see, shoot, and edit, and we're going to talk about see. But I think today it's kind of an opportunity to talk about what we can do as photographers to be responsible in society, but also to keep busy and keep productive. Because let me tell you, if you're just sitting there listening to CNN or Fox News or whatever, CNBC, whatever, all day long, like you are just getting fed probably a lot of not truth, but also you are just getting fed fear, because we as a society feed off of fear. And let me tell you something. It doesn't matter which political party affiliation you belong to. I'm not trying to get political. Those news networks make a lot of money during this time because they're like, fear, awesome. It's like the Weather Channel when they're sensationalizing, and it's Jim Cantori, who I loved watching growing up. And he's like, we're getting blown away over here. And then there's a toddler like just playing like right behind them, like no big deal. But Jim's like trying to hold his ground because the wind is blowing so hard. They are sensationalizing things right now like crazy, and fear sells. Fear keeps you glued to the TV. And when you're sitting at home, quarantined, or whether it's self-prescribed or whether it's you're in the state of California or something, and they're saying everyone stay quarantined, like it is not good. It is not healthy for you to just sit around and worry. The Bible says unless you like being depressed, then it's yes.
Great.
Unless you like if
you love being in a pit of self misery and depression, that's exactly what you should do.
Exactly. And I believe I'm gonna paraphrase one of my favorite quotes from the Bible, and I can't remember the verse. So maybe somebody can help me. But it's like, who of you by worrying has added a single day to your life? It was probably Solomon in in the Proverbs. But if you're just sitting around looking for a reason to be worried, I know these are troubling times. I'm not trying to minimize it, but I'm saying if you're just sitting around and you're glued to the TV and you're just sitting around worrying and getting yourself more and more worked up, that is not healthy. That's not helpful. And quite frankly, it's probably a recipe or prescription for you to lower your immune system, which is the biggest culprit to getting the coronavirus, which has killed, I think, under 200 people. But by the way, it's one of the worst flu seasons ever, and it's going to kill 50,000 people. Coronavirus has killed 100 or 200 people in the U.S., not even quite 200, I think. Flu is going to kill over 50,000 people. It is sensationalized, folks, but the fear and the panic is what's happening here. So what can we do as photographers, okay? Because I think staying productive, and I think being, not just focusing in on the fear and the crazy and the pandemic, the hysteria that's going on here, I think that's the wrong prescription, okay? I think that if you do get some vitamin D, sorry, I'm like turning into a health thing, but Dr. Josh Axe is one of my good friends, right? So, but anyways, like if you go out and you go for some walks and you get some vitamin D, keep your social distance, that's fine. Don't touch a bunch of stuff in your face and all that jazz, but get some vitamin D, get some sun, get some exercise, stay healthy. Okay, just for like from a health perspective, get juiced up on vitamin C because apparently that will boost your immune system. All right, and you're gonna be less susceptible to all these things. Okay, boost your immune system because really this is a really nasty virus or cold, but it's not like Black Plague or something like that. And then I want to talk about photography in a minute because I'm just saying. Let's go ahead.
Oh yeah. Something that I've really actually liked from this, I know it might be sad to say I like something, but as I'm like driving around to the essentials like toilet paper, like I'm seeing families like ride bikes together and stuff. I'm like, whoa, like it took this for like families to hang out. And like I've been getting yelled at work for like not doing presets and things like that. So like I personally, like in the last like week, I've made like 3 or 5 packs of presets, which I may have done like 3 or 5 packs my whole life. So it's like I'm actually getting a lot done, and it feels like super like good to be like productive. Like I've cleaned my Lightroom catalogs, I've cleaned my external hard drives. I'm like, wow, my life is semi-organized. So even though things are going crazy around us, you can still live in the moment with you, and you can still do things like have fun taking pictures, because that's what I still love to do. Even though things are going crazy, I still love learning and shooting and hanging out with my family and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think this is an opportunity for us to stay healthy, because number one, if you stay healthy, if you build up your immune system, then you're not going to get sick. So I'm gonna talk about something just as an example. My wife and I listen, I eat some crappy pizza and ice cream and donuts and all those sorts of things too, but I try to do it sparingly, right? And one of the reasons we moved to the beach is to try to have like a little bit healthier, not a little bit, but a lot healthier lifestyle and live outside and get lots of vitamin D, which is really healthy for you.
Look at that tan.
Yeah, man, I've already got a good base tan, and it's only March 24th, But that's because like I try to ride I didn't this morning because I was running a little late, but I try to ride my bike to the office, and I literally ride without my shirt on. So if you're along 30A and you see this guy without a shirt on, it might be me. Yeah, it might be me. But anyways, I'm saying we're trying to live a healthier lifestyle. I lost my train of thought. But so number one, live a healthy lifestyle. But it is so important to be productive during this time for a lot of reasons, okay? Because if you're just sitting there worrying, you're not being productive, okay? You have an opportunity. You kind of have the opportunity of a lifetime right now to, a lot of you guys are at home. You're practicing social distancing. I love the memes that are online that are saying like, our grandfathers and whatever had to, go to war in World War II to save the world. You're being asked to sit on your couch and watch Netflix. we can do this. Okay, this is true. You can watch Netflix, but after a certain while, I love Netflix. All right, dude, I started watching Tiger King for like 20 minutes last night. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Netflix.
Anyways,
right, I need to write that down.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's a little bit crass, but I was like, for 20 minutes before I got too tired, I was like, oh my gosh. But anyways, after so much time, like, you're gonna start feeling worthless. How many of you guys have ever like gotten off the couch after you ate Cheetos and watch Netflix for 5 hours and be like, wow, I feel great. That was really productive and I feel really proud of myself. No, you don't at all. But how many of you guys have watched a photography course or listened to a podcast and felt inspired, rejuvenated, felt like you were actually being productive, like you were making progress? That is the type of thing that is going to help you feel better and, quite frankly, probably boost your immune system, or at least your mental game, because how many of you guys know your head and your heart and your body are all connected? And so what I'm saying is, if you keep your brain, yeah, of course, but if you keep your brain stimulated, if you keep yourself mentally active, okay, being productive, you're going to be a healthier human being, okay? And as photographers and aspiring, Josie said, I was so bored I did a photo shoot of my dog yesterday for his 9th birthday. That's awesome.
Post those. That's awesome.
Yeah. And Josie's saying, this is Josie, she said, I've been watching a ton of your courses, love catching up. That's awesome. If you keep yourself productive, okay, then you are going to stay healthier, right? Now, I'm not a doctor, okay, but you just think about it. If you're going down this negative path and you're just worrying and you're just watching depressing things and you're watching Contagion because it's the #1 thing on Netflix right now, that's not going to be healthy. I watched all those. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. Outbreak,
Bad example, man. So if you do those things that are not good for you, okay, then you're probably going to get less healthy and you're probably going to be more likely to do it. So what is the solution? Okay, there's lots of solutions, but as a photographer, I think you should be productive and be learning and be practicing. Hey, you're inside, practice window light. You have a flash, practice flash photography on your kids inside. You want to learn about editing, practice editing in Lightroom or Photoshop, all right? You want to do all these different, find ways to be productive and use this time, this downtime, to not sit there and watch Netflix and the news and those things, which, don't get me wrong, it's fine to do some, but don't make that the only thing you do. You have an opportunity, potentially of a lifetime right now, to in the next 2 weeks or whenever the quarantine is done, to be catapulted ahead, all right? And to be a much better photographer, to be a lot more knowledgeable. And if you take the opportunity, then you can practice. Inside, you could practice social distancing and take some family portraits of your neighbors while they're sitting on their porch and then email them the portraits without ever getting within 20 feet of them, especially if you have a longer lens. There's all sorts of projects that you can do to stay productive. And let me tell you this, it's going to help your mental game stay higher. It's going to help you be engaged. It's going to help you be inspired. And it's going to help you be healthier and probably keep your immune system up rather than sitting there eating Cheetos, drowning away in anxiety on the couch. Okay?
The quarantine 15, bro.
The quarantine 15. So here's what Rich and I were talking about this yesterday, and we're thinking, what can we do? How can we be helpful to our greater photography society, group, demographic, whatever you want to call it? How can we be helpful to photography friends right now? Okay. How many of you guys are in our amazing membership community called the Photo Mentorship? How many of you guys are in the Photo Mentorship? You have mentors like me, and you have mentors like Rich and Mary and Crystal and Brandon, and we have guest mentors like Kevin Carden inside the mentorship, where we make online courses and do weekly Facebook Live trainings, and then do all sorts of tutorials and stuff. How many of you guys? Yeah, it's awesome. Suzanne is saying there's so much opportunity for growth right now. Keep physically active. Take cameras on walks and hikes and all sorts of things. How many of you guys
I feel like. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I said I feel like right now, anytime I coach somebody one-on-one, one big thing that always pops up is oh, I don't have time for that, or man, I'd love to learn Lightroom, but I don't have time. Now I'm boom, we've got the time. That's a positive side effect. You have time to go outside and ride a bike with your family. You have time to learn how to use the lasso tool in Photoshop. You actually have the time to like up your skill game to where it could potentially even be a moneymaker. So it's really cool, you know, like the positive outlook from all this and the photo mentorship. That's like the fun thing about diving into the photo mentorship and like answering these people's questions, like answering the group's questions. It's like fun for me to like just share that knowledge for free and just give them my brain so they don't make mistakes.
Yeah. That's awesome. So we got a ton of students saying, like Andrea's saying, yes, sir. She loves it. Love the mentorship. Zena is saying that. So that's awesome. Sherry's saying you're all awesome mentors. I don't know if that means that you're in or not. Cheryl is saying she's in. Lisa is saying she's in. Tara is saying her. And Josie's saying your TPM has inspired me so much. TPM stands for the photo mentorship. So that's awesome, awesome, awesome. And some of you guys are saying, I wish maybe if I
toilet paper members.
Yeah, toilet paper members. That's awesome. If we can get the stimulus check to get inside the photo mentorship. Anna is saying she can't afford it, sadly, at this moment. No worries, no worries. We totally get it. So a lot of you guys are in this. Oh, thanks. Zena saying your way of teaching photography is so awesome, makes it very easy to understand. I appreciate that, Zena. All right, so here's what we want to do, because Rich and I were talking about this yesterday, and we're literally like getting this stuff together. So first of all, for all of our TPM current members right now, all of you guys, so if you're a photo mentorship member right now, regardless whether you are a monthly member or if you're an annual member, I know some of you guys have saved money by getting an annual membership. But regardless, what we just did is we added 10 extra credits. In theory, it worked. I just checked a minute ago and it worked for my test accounts. We added 10 extra credits to all of you guys in the photo mentorship. All of you. So if you're in the photo mentorship right now, we added 10 extra credits. So what that means, if you guys know what 10 extra credits mean, I don't think we sent a notification out. This is your notification so far.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. The credits are actually kind of like our currency inside the photo mentorship, where you can use it to exchange for a free preset pack, and in the future other things like, you know, photography contracts and ebooks and all sorts of things. But basically what happens in the photo mentorship is you get an extra credit every time that your membership renews, and you can trade it in for a pack of presets. And we have a bunch of awesome presets. Rich, are your presets up live right now, or are they about to be?
They should be. They're done. Like I'm looking at them finished on my desktop, and they're in the drive.
Okay, so
they
in theory,
are so
they're
close.
Gonna be...
I mean, there's like 3 or 4. Like there's so many dropping because that's like all I've been doing. Presets are about to rain down. So super excited.
So basically,
what's a preset? What's a preset?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So a preset is a one-click editing recipe. So in one click, you can edit a photo in the program called Lightroom, which is the best editing program in the entire world. It's like the program. Lightroom Classic, by the way. There's Lightroom and there's Lightroom Classic. Lightroom Classic is like the one that we've all been using for years. It just renamed to Lightroom Classic. So when I talk about Lightroom, I specifically mean Lightroom Classic. Now the other ones are okay, but they're a little bit simpler. Okay, Lightroom Classic is still like the one. Okay. Anyways, a preset is a way for you to edit your photos in one click with a photographer recipe. Okay, now I have a bunch of preset packs in there, and Rich is dropping Rich's favorite portrait presets. Is that what it's called, or Rich's portrait presets?
Rich's portrait collection.
Rich's portrait collection. So these are the presets. These are basically the way that Rich likes to edit his
the ones I use. Like these are literally the presets. This is like when I deliver pictures to clients, this is like every one of them gets one of these treatments. So when we say portrait pack, there's 10 different edits that you can apply within each pack. So you're getting 10 of my personal presets. Can we talk about what else is coming? Is that allowed?
Wait, say it again. Which course is coming? Is that what you said?
No, not course. Which like there are other presets. I just
finished
up.
Go for it.
I just finished up.
No, I was just gonna say we
go ahead. I'm so scared.
No. You can tell us about that in just a second. We gave you guys 10. Everyone who is a member of the photo mentorship right now, we gave y'all an additional 10 preset credits so that you can download presets, and we're about to release new presets. And so instead of getting one new preset pack a month, we're just giving everyone 10 extra ones right now is essentially what it is.
If you go to your account, there's 10 there plus whatever you had.
Yeah. So if you had 2 before, because you get a new preset credit each month, now you'll have 12. because you guys are awesome, and we love you guys, and
we just want to give stuff away.
We love giving stuff away. We're gonna frequently do stuff like that, like where you guys will just be like, "Oh, I didn't know we were getting that." That's because we like to do that. But okay, what preset packs are coming out, Rich?
We have spring animal collection, so like that's like a really cutesy one that has been fun to like tweak, because that's not something I shoot a lot. So it's been fun to like design presets specifically for like shooting animals, or like even like more farm animals. Like all the preset pictures we use were like ducks, baby ducks and stuff like that. We have the beautiful Crystal's storytelling collection.
Yes.
Crystal's beautiful. Her presets are beautiful. And not to be mean, David, but Crystal is a preset snob. So I was really excited to get hers over, because she's like really particular about her presets and her images looking perfect. So, we're working on all of the mentors getting their preset packs over, as well as like we brainstormed last week and just thought, like, we wrote a pen on paper, just like a list of presets we're making, preset packs. So this is 10 presets per every topic we make. So we're super pumped to be making presets.
Well, and it's good timing too, because presets it's a part of editing. And, Josie had asked the question, you guys use a lot of presets. I personally use presets every time that I edit photos. And yes, I make my own presets, and I've downloaded other photographers' presets back in the day, and then figured out my editing style and all that stuff like that. But a preset is cool because, when you're trying to develop your style, you can use a photographer's preset, like Rich's portrait collection presets, or you could take my dramatic landscape presets, or our food photography ones, or our astrophotography ones, or our wedding collection. We have a bunch of different preset packs. They're amazing. You can take those presets and then you can tweak from there. The cool thing about a preset is it's not like a filter one and done, this is what it looks like. It's a preset setting of essentially different sliders that are inside of Lightroom, and then you can tweak after the fact. So let's say you use a preset, you like it, but you want to make it more reddish because that's your style. Well, you could tweak it to be a little bit more reddish, and then you could save that preset, or you could save the current editing settings as your preset, and then next time you have a similar photo, you can click your preset, and you can click it, and then now it's edited in the same style as the previous times. So when you see these photographers that have very similar styles in all their photos, most likely they're using a set of presets, at least to get them started.
One of David's presets.
Probably one of my presets. No, but
you have a lot, man. I was like impressed by how many presets we have.
Yes, exactly. But what's cool about this, timing wise, is that it's great for social distancing. Now's a great time. Now, I want you guys to go outside and get some vitamin D. So if it's sunny, like, go sit on your porch, go for a walk, don't get close to people. Getting some vitamin D and going and exercising is so crucial right now during this quarantine time, okay? Very important. But also, if you're trying to be responsible and stay socially distanced, like, practice editing, okay? If you're in the photo mentorship, we have a bunch of editing courses, and we're dropping, I think it's gonna drop today. We're dropping a brand new, amazing editing course today. And then next month, in April, we're starting a 4-week boot camp on editing. Okay, so let's say if this quarantine goes a little longer, we're going to be teaching you guys all about editing inside the photo mentorship. Step by step, over our shoulders, sharing our screens, answering questions in real time. That's the type of training that we do inside the photo mentorship. Okay, so here's the deal. A ton of you guys, let's say Dia said Lightroom is my next adventure. So this is perfect for you, Dia, because I think you said you weren't in the photo mentorship yet. Now,
everybody should use Lightroom. I'm going to say that. I'm going to be mean. Everybody that takes pictures and wants to make them better, Lightroom Classic is what you use. I'll just say it. Sorry if that makes you mad. Everything else sucks. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you should use Lightroom, and 100%. Like, that is the program that Rich and I have been using for, I'd say, almost a decade. Whenever Lightroom came out, it was almost a decade ago. Yeah. I don't know exactly when. Kaylia is saying she can't find Rich's preset collection. It'll be there by the end of the day.
It'll be there. We're working on it. Betsy's messaging me right now, like, upload it now, idiot. I'm like, I'm sorry, Betsy.
Yeah. So awesome. Laura's saying woohoo. That's awesome. Okay. Here's what we want to do while you guys are in quarantine, or while you're just being a good citizen and you're stuck at home. All right. If you're not in the photo mentorship, all right, we're not going to give you 10 credits. Sorry. Like, it's only for existing. We're rewarding members who have already been there and already been loyal TP members. But what I am going to do until the end of March, so we got 6 or 7 days left, I want to give away the photo mentorship to as many people as possible. So what I'm going to do, here's the deal. People are stuck at home. People need to be productive. People need to get their eyes off the frickin' news, okay? It's pissing me off because everyone's just sitting there getting more depressed and they're not being productive and they're going in a downward spiral. And guess what? That lowers your immune system, okay? Last year, I got shingles because I was stressed and because I had a lot of anxiety. Different story, okay? But my immune system lowered because I had a lot of anxiety at the time. I feel great now. I mean, obviously I'm worried about what's going on in the country, but I'm good now.
You hired me, so things
hired Rich, so then it got awesome, okay? But if you have a lot of stress and anxiety, it is going to lower your immune system. So what is the solution? Well, it's to get your immune system healthier. Now, how do you do that? Vitamin C, lots of other things. Take some ACF, take some, Dr. Axe products, get some vitamin D, get some exercise, stay healthy, build up your immune system. Don't go touch a bunch of railings and lick things and lick your face. Also, be productive. And if you're a photographer and if you're interested in photography, I want to give you free access for 2 weeks. So let's say the quarantine is 2 weeks. I want to give everyone free access to the photo mentorship for 2 weeks, okay? So that's what I want to do for anyone who's not a TPM member. You're not going to get you're not going to get all of the credits that I was giving away to our current members, unfortunately. But you are going to get a 2-week free access to the photo mentorship. Okay, and I'm going to post a link to that right here. It's davidmolnar.com 2 weeks. Okay, and maybe Crystal or someone can pin that up there, but it's davidmolnar.com/2 weeks. And so what I want to give everyone the option to do is to be productive right now, to go stream all of our courses, because that is a good recipe for staying healthier and productive. And by the time this quarantine is over, by the time the economy shoots back up, hopefully, dear God, all right, you guys will now be more knowledgeable. Okay, you'll be in a better position mentally, hopefully physically, and you will have been productive in learning photography. If you want to take an editing course, guess what? We have a bunch of editing courses if you don't want to go outside. If you want to learn about window light photography, take my Shoot Stunning Natural Light Portraits course. If you want to learn about editing, go join our boot camps. We go live every Wednesday and do practical over-the-shoulder screen sharing tutorials. Sometimes we're teaching studio photography. Sometimes we're teaching editing. This next month in April, we're going to be teaching all about editing. Join the photo mentorship. Okay, if you're not in there right now, go ahead and click the davidmolnar.com/2 weeks. Okay, and we're going to give you 2 weeks free. Okay, and then you
can learn a lot in 2 weeks.
And so you're not going to get, if you're not a member, then you're not going to get 10 credits free right now. If you've been a member, you just got 10 credits free. If you're a new member sign up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you five preset pack credits. Not 10, I'm going to give you 5 if you're signing up today for the first time. Okay? I'm rewarding the members who have been with us with 10. If you're just signing up today, we're going to give you a bonus 5. That way you can download Rich's preset pack when it releases later today, or our astrophotography, our dramatic landscapes, or our Paradise landscapes collection, or our natural light portraits preset pack. We have tons of different preset packs, and you're going to get 5 of them that'll be yours to keep. So regardless of whether you cancel, so regardless of whether you cancel before the 2 weeks is up, you can go and you can stream all of our courses right now. We're not locking anything down. Everything will be open to you. Okay, and you'll get 5 preset packs that are yours to keep forever. Because when you download them, they're yours to keep. So go take advantage of that. Go to davidmolnar.com/2 weeks, the number 2, and then weeks. We should probably create the variation of TWO, but I didn't. It's just the number 2 and then weeks. davidmolnar.com/2 weeks, okay? And anyways, and then you guys can go stream the courses. You can be a part of our Facebook, coaching group where we do the live trainings and the live tutorials. So during this crazy time, I want to challenge you to learn photography, okay? And you can take our classes and learn photography. Some of you guys, well, I'll go there in a second. I want you to, take our courses, learn photography, go to our Facebook Lives. We have this amazing community. It's a loving, awesome community inside of our Facebook group. We don't allow any negativity or what was I going to or nativity scenes? Like, no, just kidding.
Yeah.
I was like, what did I just say? It sounds like something. We don't allow negativity. It's an amazing group, and then we go live. We answer questions. Rich is doing a tech talk on Friday where he's answering all sorts of technical questions. Tomorrow we're doing week 4 of the Family Portraiture Boot Camp, and the next month in April we're going to start our boot camp on editing. So it's going to be awesome. And we have, I think, about 20 different photography courses that you can go stream. You get unlimited access to streaming. So if you're not a TPM member, get the free 2 weeks. Okay, you're quarantined. Go be productive. Get your mind out of the gutter, out of that news gutter. Okay, where quite frankly they're just giving you lies and propaganda. Okay, and
to be clear, and to be clear too, like we sat down as a company and we're like, people are at home and they're bored. What can we do to help? Like it's not. This isn't like some weird sideways sales pitch. We're just saying people can go online these 2 weeks of lockdown that the like country's experiencing, and they can learn Lightroom. They can learn Photoshop. They can learn how to pose pictures. You know, they can learn, like every photographer I meet, there's like something they struggle with. And now's a great time to learn, like to sharpen that weak skill. So that weak thing you have can now be like your pointiest spear. So this is a perfect time for you just to learn because you have the time to do it. And as a company, we just want to love you guys. That's the reason we're doing this. That's the reason David honestly cares too much. Like, I love how much you care. Like, it's why I like you. But like, it's just a way for us to say, we love you guys. If you're not a part of this cool thing we're doing, come experience it for 2 weeks. That's the longest trial we've ever done. And here's 5 credits you get to keep no matter what. And then for our TPM people who I love, we're like, here's 10 credits. Plus, we have a lot more coming. We're really ramping up presets just because they're awesome.
Presets and courses. And we're you know, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to be able to go to Norway. We were going to go to Norway and film a landscape photography course in Norway. Probably, in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Let's just get jet skis and try to make it there ourselves.
Are
you down? That'd be Sea-Doos. That would just be a really fun, like, death experience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So anyways, we're making a lot of courses. So I might be making a new iPhone photography course here in the next couple of weeks while we're in quarantine, because as long as I stay socially distanced, we might be making. We have 3 new editing courses that are about to come out over the course of the next few weeks. And we have new How I Got the Shot episodes coming out. We have new presets coming out, and we have we're going to be ramping up our Facebook Lives because we want to be able to keep you guys productive and keep your mind off the negative. Okay.
It's kind of like we were talking. We were knocking Netflix earlier, but like the photo mentorship is kind of like Netflix for learning photography. So you log on with your login, and then boom, there's over 20 courses that have like how many segments is like each course. I mean, it's a crazy amount of data, and it's like super easy. So you click how to edit composites, you click that video, and then on that there's like, that's another 4-part video. So there's just courses and courses and courses with more coming out. So it's not like I'm going to say it. I don't know if we're legally allowed to say it. It's like Netflix that doesn't suck. You know, like you kind of get to that thing where you've watched everything good on Netflix.
Productive
it's
Netflix.
Like, yeah, it's like a productive Netflix where everything is super helpful. And the reason it is because, you know, our thousands of students that love us tell us what they want. And like, we really take that in and try to make a course to answer a question. Like if you have a question or a need, I just want to help you not mess up like I did. I want to help you not accidentally delete a wedding like I did. I want to help you not miss focus on family pictures and then grandma died. Like I want to help you not make all the mistakes I made. That's why we're doing it. Like if I can help your life be better, because I have to mess up to learn, and hopefully I can tell you a funny story that's true and you're able to do a better job. That makes me feel good. I'm like, okay, back up your photos, please. Like, technology is so smart. Let it be your friend, you know, things like that. And that's what I love helping out with the photo mentorship.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun to be able to do the photo mentorship and to be able to, you know, serve our students. That's the thing, like, you know, so kind of what the photo mentorship is in a nutshell is it's what I wish I had when I was starting out. And beyond starting out, it's really what I wish I had for the first 5 serious years of my photography journey, because what I had to do is I had to, you know, learn these things through trial and error, right?
How much did you suck when you started out? Let's just be real for a minute. Like I sucked.
I sucked.
When it was like, have you ever looked at like your first couple reel shoots and you're just like,
oh, it was horrible.
Like hurt your soul. You're like,
it was like fleckled spotlights through the trees, like hitting bright spots and stuff like that. Yeah, and then like my editing was horrific, horrible. Plus anyways, it's all sorts of crazy things. But the photo mentorship is what I wish that I had because not only does it teach you all of the skills that you need to learn, and if we don't teach it yet, we're going to in the near future because we're making courses and content. All the way up to just elite high-end levels of commercial photography, but not only does it have the content to teach you what you want to learn, you have mentors like me and Rich and Crystal and Brandon and Mary and Kevin who can answer questions for you for what you're dealing with right now. So when we're on a Facebook Live and you have a specific question, we can answer that question for you. And help you not have to dig through a course because sometimes to watch an hour and a half or 2 hour course to answer a specific question is a long path to go down. But if you can just ask a mentor who's been there and done that and get right to the heart of the answer of like, what should my settings be for this, wedding that I'm doing coming up when it's a dark reception room? And Rich will be like, hey, listen, you really need this type of flash right here. That's only $60, and you need to aim it at the ceiling, and you need to have the white card bounce like that so that a little bit of white light flashes in their eyes, and it bounces off the ceiling and creates this beautiful ambient light. And your settings need to be this, and you don't need to exceed the max shutter speed. Anyways, we can give you potent answers to the questions that you're asking right now. I wish that I'd had that when I started out. And a lot of you guys, and I don't mean to go in a super negative direction, but some of you guys, whether you're listening to this podcast live or if you're listening to it on iTunes, some of you guys may have lost a job, and I'm so sorry about that. That's horrible. But I can promise you this: people are always going to need photos. People are always going to need landscape photos. People are always going to need to see beautiful photos to inspire them. So maybe this is the opportunity for you to pursue your dream of becoming a professional photographer. Maybe this is the time. Maybe it wasn't the way you planned it, but maybe this is the time for you to start, gaining that knowledge, gaining that wisdom, gaining that skill level, and ramping up your experience as a photographer, so that you can start making money and charging on the weekends if you still have a job.
It's an amazing side hustle, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have friends who are EMS, so they have like a really weird schedule, like 1 day on, 2 days off, and they'll take pictures. They'll make just as much money taking photos, and they still get to keep their EMS job or firefighter job. It's like, why start a landscaping company when you can be creative and take pictures? It's like, it's pretty nuts. I'm like, how awesome is that? It's like, It's like the best side hustle you can have, I think, is photography. And like for me, like it's a great hustle. So
yeah.
What a great time to learn.
Yeah, it's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to be a photographer, even with the world's craziness going on. So I want to encourage you guys, if you're not in TPM, please go try it for a couple weeks. Go be busy. Go be productive. All right, and don't just watch the news, okay? Because all they're doing is they're selling you fear. That's what they're doing right now. And the truth is if you stay healthy, if you be productive, you keep your mind focused on learning and growing. If you're not growing, you're dying, okay? If you keep focused on that sort of thing, then you're going to be being productive. You're going to learn something. You're going to keep your immune system up. Hopefully that'll help keep you from getting sick. And then also you may be surprised that you learn the skills that you need to start pursuing a career, a different career path. You know? And we would love to help you get there. The photography is
What's wrong with extra money?
Yeah.
What's wrong with extra money?
What's wrong with extra money or full-time money? I mean, I was able to make a six-figure living for over 15 years just shooting portraits and weddings, and that's an amazing. It's not a side income. That's obviously a very full-time income. Yeah. But that would be a dream come true. Yeah. But I know a lot of people that make $30,000 or $40,000 a year on the side,
on the weekends,
on the weekends. You know, and that's a full-time living for a lot of people. $30,000, $40,000 a year.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That's a great living, and you're doing it on the side. Okay, so
David,
you have the
can I let me take you. I'm going to take you off book, and you might hate this, and I love you for it. Here's what I want you to do. So there's people watching this live, and that's awesome. But we want to give our free 2 weeks away. We want to be like extra generous to people. So if right now you can share this video, I'm gonna. What David? What have we been talking about all day?
Yeah,
we're talking about get out. We're talking about get outside and do something. So to get outside and do something, we're gonna give away my last backpack. So B&H, our favorite camera store in the world, gave me a bunch of backpacks to review, and we fell in love with this one. But David, can I sweeten this deal up a little bit?
Yeah.
Guess what I'm gonna put inside this bag? A
Oh,
roll
snap.
of toilet paper. So share now, especially if you're running low. And this is like the good stuff. This is like
The
4
deluxe.
normal rolls of toilet paper. I'm gonna put this in there. Sorry, it's not in like its own bag. I promise I haven't done anything weird to the toilet paper. But whoever shares this video,
soft, gently used.
gently used. Yeah, I've only blew my nose twice on it, but
Okay.
yeah, you're gonna get this You're gonna get this backpack right here. It like holds like 2 cameras and 5 lenses. It's a great backpack, and I'm gonna put some TP in there for you, just special. Maybe I'll like write a little love note on it.
That's awesome.
Is that
I forgot to mention that in the beginning. Thanks for mentioning that. So we just want y'all to share this video if you're watching live, and one of you guys who share this live, which we should have done at the beginning of this podcast episode 5, but whatever. We love you. Awesome. So fantastic toilet paper.
toilet paper? Extra little gift for you.
Oh man, gently used.
So I know that yeah, gently used. Well, I just touched it, so sorry.
Yeah, I know.
But
like,
yeah,
hopefully-
we just want to help out as many people as we can. So that's why if you ever hear us push to share or anything, that's all we're doing. We're just trying to give away stuff. And we love B&H. Look at this lens. Look at my camera. Isn't it funny how it's doing that?
Yeah. It's that Logitech video cam. And, I always have to do that. For some reason, my webcam doesn't do that. The one that's right on my. Linda said shared because I may need that TP. It's awesome. Fantastic. You guys are sharing it. Y'all are incredible. So yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, we're giving away 2 free weeks. Okay, while you're quarantined, we're giving away 2 free weeks to the Photo Mentorship, which is our amazing membership community where you can stream unlimited access to all of our courses and attend our Facebook Lives for our private students, get all your questions answered, get 5 credits to download preset packs, and be able to learn editing. Next month, we're going to be doing an editing boot camp inside for our students. So if you have not joined the Photo Mentorship, go do that. Go join the Photo Mentorship. Keep yourself busy. Keep yourself being productive. And you can do that at davidmolnar.com/2 weeks. All right?
Number 2 weeks.
Number 2 weeks. Number 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's pretty funny. Number 2. That's why the toilet paper for the number 2.
I know. I was tracking there. Awesome. Well, yeah, Rich. Hopefully,
and don't worry. That toilet paper was clean because this is my 5th time hand sanitizing.
I don't have any hand sanitizer in the office. But
look at the size of this thing. This is like I'm charging. If people want it, they can come to North Carolina. It's $1 a squirt, but I will be generous and do it for half off, 50 cents a squirt.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Fantastic.
My hands are like bleeding. That's how dry they are. They're like, bah. My hands are like dying from how much I'm washing them.
Yeah, I know. Like you can't be doing that. Awesome. Fantastic. So, okay, cool. So we've got. Do we have anything else we want to talk about today, right now, or should we pick a winner, or should we?
We could pick a winner. We could have our team pick a winner.
We have a randomly drawn winner.
Here, let me pick it and send it.
A TP winner.
Yes,
Okay,
TPM.
A TPM. Ooh, toilet.
Man, dude, we need to start a toilet
mentors.
paper membership. No, toilet paper membership. We could be millionaires.
Yeah, gosh, if we had that and we had stocked up.
After this, that's what we're doing. I mean, we're gonna hang up and buy that. We're gonna buy that.com.
Yeah, Stephanie said we can't get to you, Rich, if you're on the Outer Banks because that's locked down, right? Like you can't get across the bridge, I think. Right?
Yeah, so we hear quarantine and all of that great stuff. So I live on an island. It's a string of islands. The main one is 18 miles long. You have 2 bridges to get on, 2 bridges to get off. They are shut down. So when I am isolated and quarantined, I am locked down. So if I can get out and run, I'm fat. So if I can do it, you can do it. And if I can get out and take pictures, you can do it. If I can learn photography because I'm dumb, you can do it. So there's no excuse anymore. You can learn this stuff. It's completely obtainable, and unlike some other things, it's completely teachable. And the only difference is there's trained and there's untrained. So just train up and you got it. That sniper in the Marines isn't just like a naturally gifted shooter. He's just goes to the range every 10 seconds and shoots every day till he's a marksman. So that's what we're doing. We're making you marksmen photographers.
He's got a whole range of skills.
Shooting like this instead of like this.
Right. It's like this. Like this. Okay, so the winner, we've randomly drawn a winner.
Okay.
Sandra's saying jump on your jet ski. I think you're talking about going to cross the ocean to Norway. And Carla's saying she's excited about the presets, so that's awesome.
I'll get those up today, girlfriend. I promise. I'll make Betsy do that. I promise.
Yeah, we'll get those presets up today. And so if you guys haven't, you can get two weeks for free. Stream all of our courses. All right. So davidmolnar.com /
and 5 presets.
Yeah, and you get 5 packs of presets that you can download that are yours to keep. Okay. So if y'all are not watching our courses, if you're not a member of the Photo Mentorship, go get yourself free 2 weeks. Be productive for the next 2 weeks. And regardless of whether you stick around in the Photo Mentorship, you can go stream courses right now. You can be a part of our private Facebook Live group, get all your questions answered, and stay productive instead of paying attention to the fear-mongering media that's out there. All right, so the winner of that amazing backpack and a roll of toilet paper is... you want me to announce it, or you? I got it.
You got it. I've got the drum. I got the drum roll going.
Okay, it is the winner is Linda Reed Wilson Hong. So there you go, Linda. You have won.
Linda, you won
the toilet paper. You've won the backpack with toilet paper in there. So that's awesome. Congrats. Yeah, that's awesome. So congrats.
I got to make sure I put it in the bag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to do it right now. We don't have to mail it right this second, like this afternoon or something. So you guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for tuning in to episode 5 of the podcast. You're incredible. If you guys would.
Is that contraband? I feel like that's like illegal now. It's like such a high value. I paid for my delivery pizza last night with 2 rolls of toilet paper.
Seriously?
Just kidding. I didn't.
I was like, wow. Okay. That's incredible. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're listening on iTunes, will you guys give us a rating? We want to help out as many people as possible with this free podcast. Next week, I think we're going to carry on to hopefully semi-normal program. We're going to start on this new series on learning to see like a photographer, see, shoot, and edit. So next week, I believe we'll be doing the seeing like
photography superpowers, man.
Photography superpowers, see, shoot, and edit. Okay, so next week we'll be addressing that. You guys are amazing.
I love you.
Yeah. You too, brother. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
I love you.
Talking about me. You're talking about
I love you.
Please subscribe on iTunes or Spotify so you never miss out on news and events. Give us a rating on iTunes or simply tell a friend about us. It helps us get the word out so we can help more people reach their photography goals. This podcast is brought to you by thephotomentorship.com.